Hey everyone, Cute Meme 25 here. Today I'm going to be talking about Wheel 2000, my introduction to Wheel of Fortune, and unfortunately not the best introduction to the show. I did eventually watch the real show the same day afterwards, just later that evening. And let me tell you, as a kid, I prefer Wheel of Fortune over this, Wheel 2000. So, yeah. But other than that, this was my introduction to Wheel of Fortune. Not the best introduction, but it could have been worse. But other than that, let me tell you about the show Wheel 2000. It's presented by David Spigoni, also presenter of Mad Libs on the Disney Channel. This was the kids' version of Wheel of Fortune. There were some things right about it and some things wrong about it. Let me tell you about... Oh, and by the way, the assistant on the show is Cyber Lucy, played by, let me pull up her name. It was Tanika Ray. And, yeah, they did an alright job as a team. The set looks decent. And now let's talk about the spaces on the wheel. In fact, I have a picture of the what the wheel looked like on the show. Here's what it looked like. Compared to your normal wheel on Wheel of Fortune, yeah, the 250s are basically the equivalent to two wedges touching each other, or three. Actually, no, it's two. I was right the first time. Yeah. Also, the 250s were also the physical challenge stunts on the show, like Feed the Raptor, for example. There was also one where it involves getting phone calls from famous people, or having to rearrange the colors in proper order, or spelling words by wearing a hat, t-shirt, pants, etc. Yeah, some of the games were ideal, others were pretty much stupid. But I won't get into that. I'll make a separate video on the worst to best Wheel 2000 physical games. But I'll tell you, at the end of the day, they should have just gone for straight up true or false and let them choose whatever consonants they wanted for each one they have correct. That's how I would have done the show. Double up is where you answer a question. If you get it right, instead of 500 points, you're playing for 1,000 points. And also on the space, there's a 2,000 on there, as you can see on the bottom left, but it also would say 1,000 first in round 1 and 5,000 in round 3. Not to mention, each of the players get to choose their own category. Player 1 chooses round 1, player 2 chooses round 2, and player 3 chooses round 3. And after round 3, whether there is enough time afterwards or not, they don't even have a fourth round. And that's one red flag. But I'll go over to how I would make changes afterwards. The other spaces on the board, there's a prize, which has 100 points along with it. If you guess a letter that is in the puzzle, you win the prize in the box, whether it being a Tiger Gamecom. A Game Boy Pocket was actually given away on the actual show. And there was also a Sony Walkman one time. So whether you solve the puzzle or not, you actually get to keep that prize. And they do put another prize on the board if that was in round 1, etc. There was also the Wheel 2000 space, which allows contestants to not only get points for them, but they also get a chance for a viewer to win a prize as well, a Wheel 2000 hat and t-shirt. And then there's the two bad spaces on the wheel. The loser space, the equivalent to lose a turn, which I don't like the name of that. It sounds disrespectful to the contestants. It's like calling them a loser when they're not. They probably should have just said miss a turn on that. And then you got the big dreaded creature of the wheel. That is a monster that pops up. Well, we never see its actual face because it's covered in smoke and fog, and you just see some eyes. And if you land on that, the creature will come out and take away all your points. Yeah. And whoever wins a puzzle in that game in round... each of the rounds, the host will tell them, you've won a cool prize. And you don't even have a choice. You don't even get a choice to choose prize A or prize B. You just get that one prize. And not to mention, if you solve a puzzle less than 250 points, they up your points to 500. I think they should have just given them the 500 if they didn't get up to 500. Minor nitpick, but it's kind of there. And not to mention, all the puzzles only have 1 or 2 words in them. At least it's not a mega word, if anything, because I hate mega word from Wheel of Fortune. Honestly. And at the end of the round, whoever has the most points at the end of the game goes to the bonus round and chooses from 2 envelopes, A or B. And they are given R, C, L, and E. And if they solve it, they open the envelope to show what they have. But if they don't solve it, they never open the envelope, which, another red flag. I think they should show what they missed out on. But, yeah. Wheel 2000 had a lot of red flags. But if I were to do this show, the show would be renamed to Wheel 2025. Or whatever year it is now, and I would call it that. I would get rid of Cyber Lucy because I don't like her, honestly. And, of course, I'm sure David Spigoni wouldn't return to host, but I'm sure Ryan Seacrest would be a good host for this. He hosted a sister show to Wheel 2000 called Click, which was also on CBS Kids. That's going to get a separate video. That was a good game show. This, on the other hand, was not. Changes I would do to Wheel 2000, or what would I do in Wheel 2025? I would keep the categories of choice for them to choose from, and if they manage to have enough time after round 3, I will give them a toss-up question, and whoever gets it right will choose the 4th category until further notice, and then go to the bonus round afterwards. I would also bring back the jackpot round, which was discontinued from Wheel of Fortune. And I know a certain someone misses the jackpot round from Wheel of Fortune. Aside from me, the jackpot round was a nice touch on the show, and if I were to do Wheel 2025, that's one concept I would bring back to this. But you probably saw that coming. Another thing I'd bring is the mystery round. Behind one wedge is the creature, of course, and the other would have the prize. It would be probably a new scooter or something. I haven't decided, but it would be a cool prize. And yeah, those are the things I would bring from Wheel of Fortune over to this show. Oh, and I would also change the bonus round. Instead of having 2 envelopes, it would be the 5 envelopes. It would say 2025 exclamation mark. And they would choose from one of those 5 envelopes. And if they were to solve the puzzle, they win. And of course, just like on the real show, they would have the option to pick their category in the bonus round. I would go with the normal Wheel of Fortune categories, because since if I were to do the show, I would use regular categories. I wouldn't do the categories they had in Wheel 2000, but if it's educational, informative, well, that depends. So those are the few changes I would do to Wheel 2000, or what I would do if I were to do my version of Wheel of Fortune, Wheel 2025. I would do a sample of how the game would work, but Sony would probably lose it if I did that, so I'll probably have to write it down in details in the comments, but that's how I would do Wheel 2000, so, or my version of the show, so those are the changes I would make. I'd bring back the jackpot and incorporate the mystery round in this, as well as bring back the red letters maybe, and stuff from the old Wheel of Fortune that people would miss. Oh, and the prize, if anyone wins a round in the game, they have a choice from prize A or prize B. Sort of like what Wheel 2000's sister show Jep does for the players, what they end up with in the end of the game. They have to choose from 2 different prizes. Thanks for watching. This is CuteMeme25 saying thank you for watching this episode of How Would I Change This Show? And I hope you like what I said in this video, so I got nothing else to say. But enjoy Wheel of Fortune, the actual show. This one, watch at your own risk.